Jimmy Kimmel is back, and it is driving Donald Trump batshit crazy, which is why tonight Kimmel, with maybe the biggest audience he has ever had, delivered what can only be described as a knockout blow of a monologue, and it led Donald Trump into a crazed posting tantrum in which he admitted to the real reason that Kimmel was suspended. We are going to get into the monologue. We are going to get into the Trump freakout. We are going to get into it all. But before we do, if I could quickly ask you to leave a like on this video, and if you haven't already and you enjoy our channel, to hit that subscribe button because it goes a long way in supporting our work. Now, we are going to check out this hilarious monologue from Jimmy Kimmel and then get into the posting tantrum that it made Trump go into. But unfortunately, we can't watch the clips because ABC will block them from being played on this show. So we're just going to go through them one by one, and then we're going to see Trump's freak out. Jimmy Kimmel opened up his show with a shot at FCC Commissioner Brendan Carr, saying Brendan Carr is the most embarrassing Carr the Republicans have embraced since the Cybertruck. He hit Donald Trump exactly where it hurts most, bringing up the Epstein scandal, saying he might have to release the Epstein files to distract us from this now. Kimmel mocked his employer a little bit, saying of Disney, Disney has asked me to read the following statement, and I agreed to do it, to reactivate your Disney Plus and Hulu account. Robert De Niro also joined the fun. Of course, he is one of the bigger Trump critics out there, saying, I gotta go. A couple of cases of Tylenol fell off of a truck, and now I gotta figure out how to put autism in them. Kimmel had a lot of fun mocking Donald Trump for his quote-unquote autism press conference, saying of Trump, that's right, follow the advice of Donald Trump, and you too can look like a glazed ham with deep vein thrombosis. Kimmel's show then put together a montage of Trump insisting dozens of times to not take Tylenol. Jimmy Kimmel then ended his show with the most important sentiment of the night. The President of the United States made it very clear he wants to see me and the hundreds of people who work here fired from our jobs. Our leader celebrates Americans losing their livelihoods because he cannot take a joke. Kimmel then closed on this important and prescient note, this show is not important. What is important is that we get to live in a country that allows us to have a show like this. Jimmy Kimmel is exactly right. What is important is not whether or not you were Kimmel's biggest fan, if you tuned in on YouTube every night or every once in a while, if you liked him at the Oscars or you used to watch him when he was a stand-up, no. What matters is that we are allowed to tell jokes in this country. This is a MAGA movement full of hypocrites that said again and again and again that they were bringing comedy back, that they were bringing...
As Jimmy Kimmel made his return to the airwaves to one of, if not the biggest audiences he's ever had, there was one viewer in particular who took his return as a personal affront. Donald Trump, who had a little temper tantrum of his own ahead of the broadcast, took to Truth Social writing, I can't believe ABC fake news gave Jimmy Kimmel his job back. The White House was told by ABC that this show was canceled. Something happened between then and now because his audience is gone and his talent was never there. Why would they want someone back who does so poorly, who's not funny, and who puts the network in jeopardy by playing 99% positive Democrat garbage? He is yet another arm of the DNC, and to the best of my knowledge, that would be a major illegal campaign contribution. I think we're going to test ABC out on this. Let's see how we do. Last time I went after him, they gave me $16 million. This one sounds even more lucrative. A true bunch of losers. Let Jimmy Kimmel rot in his bad ratings. Now, here's the amazing part of this post. Trump's mouthpieces spent the entire week saying it wasn't Trump who pressured Disney to pull Kimmel's show. It was a business decision. His ratings were low. Trump wouldn't do that because that would be censorship, and Donald Trump is a champion for free speech. In fact, here's free speech crusader Joe Rogan himself issuing that incredulous claim.
If it is that the government tried to silence Jimmy Kimmel because they were trying to push through some sort of a merger and he doesn't like Jimmy Kimmel, so they try, like, yeah, that should be exposed.
That's fucked up.
I'm going to need to see some emails.
I want to see them emails.
Well, there weren't any emails, but we can do you one better because Trump posted his thoughts publicly onto Truth Social. You don't even need to find some secretive email because free speech crusader Donald J. Trump just blasted out a threat to sue ABC for airing Kimmel to the whole universe. And it wasn't just Joe Rogan, by the way. Here is a raft of other Republicans who put themselves on record trying to claim that this was somehow a business decision.
I've never heard them care about the Constitution so much. Their First Amendment, this has nothing to do
with the First Amendment. This has to do with the business decision, as you noted.
So the decision to suspend and I suspect eventually cancel Kimmel is a business decision by ABC.
But similar to Kimmel, he's getting the boot because, well, he was just bad for business.
You can like or not like Disney's decision on Kimmel. But until I see proof of actual government coercion of their decision, this is about Disney making a business decision about its brand.
Yeah, that was obviously a business decision, as evidenced by the fact they're going to reinstate him. I think he's going to be on the air later tonight. So I think it was a business decision.
And if ABC wants to suspend you because you got wrong the assassin of Charlie Kirk, more power to them. That's got nothing to do with the First Amendment. That's a business decision.
Except now, it's going to be pretty difficult for any of these people to claim that this had nothing to do with the federal government when Donald Trump himself posted that Jimmy Kimmel...
Hey, hello, hi, let's check in on Trumple Foreskin to see how he's reacting to the Jimmy Kimmel news. Yeah, I know my eye is red. I don't know why. It just keeps happening to my eyeballs, and I don't know. It's probably because I took a Tylenol pill about 15 years ago, so this is probably why it's happening anyway. I can't believe ABC fake news gave Jimmy Kimmel his job back. The White House was told by ABC that his show was canceled. He just pooped a little bit. Something happened between then and now because his audience is gone and his talent was never there. Why would they want someone back who does so poorly, who's not funny, and who puts the network in jeopardy by playing 99% positive Democrat garbage? Wait, what? Who puts the network in jeopardy by playing 99% positive Democrat garbage? Is he saying, wait, positive content is what? I don't... Oh yeah, he's got another arm of the DNC, and to the best of my knowledge, that would be a major illegal campaign contribution. I think we're gonna test ABC out on this. Let's see how we do. Last time I went after them, they gave me $16 million, so this one sounds even more lucrative. A true bunch of losers. Let Jimmy Kimmel rot in his bad ratings, though, so. Something on your mind, champ? Honestly, I think he's still pretty bitter that someone let him go out in public and try to pronounce as the periwinkle apples with cheese right? Close enough. I bet you they put that word there to like really fuck with him. Whoever wrote that, that person's probably dead now, I'm sure. So anyway, sounds like he is he's thinking positive with the Jimmy Kimmel news. Yeah, I think he's excited. Yeah, I think so. I like how the other day he was praising ABC and Disney. Now he's like, oh, they're poo-poo caca heads now. Because I guess they're no longer doing his bidding for at least a couple days. I like how free speech is only allowed for Trump specifically and no one else. We're not allowed to criticize Trump or else we're called meanie poo-poo heads and he'll make it illegal. You know, it's funny how he said, you guys, we can't be criticizing him. We can't be calling him out. Even though for the past 4 years prior, on a daily basis, he criticized immensely the Biden administration. So did basically every MAGA politician and every MAGA voter. Not only criticized them, scolded them, made fun of them, said really horrible derogatory terms about them. Somehow that's okay, but doing the same against them is not. It's because they're babies. They're big snowflake babies. Trump needs to suckle on the teat of J.D. Vance. He needs his nutrients, or else he'll get cranky. J.D. Vance has his teat-suckling couch already picked out. Anyway, yeah, Donald Trump is throwing a big temper tantrum over this Jimmy Kimmel thing because he thought he controlled that entire situation, but it turns out he didn't. Turns out we the people probably did. You know, when Disney and all that is losing billions of dollars because everyone's canceling their shit, they're like, oops, maybe we made a little mistake, huh? Just a tad one. And that's the only reason they're putting it back on the air is because they're losing a fuck ton of money. That's it, not because they actually are doing the right thing. Jimmy Kimmel just go out there tonight and say, hey, Donald Trump, go fuck yourself. That's the end of the episode, and now I'm retiring. But maybe he won't do that. Anyway, it's good to know that Donald Trump is still very, very stable.
Jimmy Kimmel destroyed Donald Trump during his opening monologue, making Trump regret ever trying to silence him. Now, as you know, last night, Jimmy Kimmel made his return to his show after a brief suspension, and he pulled no punches on Trump when he returned. He went after him over the Tylenol bit, utilizing the FCC to try to silence him. But his best moment may have been this.
He did his best to cancel me. Instead, he forced millions of people to watch the show. That backfired bigly. He might have to release the Epstein files to distract us from this now.
Yeah, that was glorious. And that was all night. He did not hold back. I thought he may be reserved because he just wanted this to go away, but he's going all in. But more importantly, this shows our power of protest, our power of boycott. We are not powerless during a time of Trump. Yes, he is trying to be this all-powerful being, but we, the people, still have all the cards, and we need to use them, and we'll get moments like this.
This is breaking news. Donald Trump is furious that ABC has allowed Jimmy Kimmel back on the air and is now threatening major legal action, even boasting that he expects to make a lot of money. The announcement came in a Truth Social post where Donald Trump complained that ABC told him Jimmy Kimmel was canceled. That's not technically wrong. Dozens of ABC affiliates have in fact refused to air Jimmy Kimmel's show. He also claimed incorrectly that putting Jimmy Kimmel on the air would count as an illegal campaign contribution. I'm not sure where he gets that information. Finally, he bragged that the last time he targeted ABC, he got them to pay him $16 million, and quote, "This one sounds even more lucrative. A true bunch of losers." Your president, everybody. And this is all particularly concerning because Donald Trump accidentally posted a direct message intended for Attorney General Pam Bondi, where he instructed her to use the Department of Justice to target his political opponents. This is yet another example of Trump weaponizing the Department of Justice, the FCC, and the federal government to attack opponents and criticism. So, we'll have to see what happens next. If you want to stay in the loop, you can follow for more.